Alright, so we're working on the 110 today. Getting it all cleaned up and ready to sell. We're taking the carburetor off right now to get it cleaned out. We'll clean up the frame and everything. And then we'll put the new plastics on. Alright, so we have the carburetor off. Go ahead and unscrew this guy. Slide, we'll pull the slide out. It's a slide and needle. And now we have the carburetor apart. Or not apart yet, but so now we need a Phillips screwdriver. There's fuel in the bowl. Take the bowl apart. So that gunk in there. You see it? You can turn that flash on. So that all hinders the way this bad boy runs. We'll go ahead and see all that nasty crud in there floating around. That's why the bike was dying before. So we'll dump all that out. Gasket looks good. That's good. So now what we'll do is we'll take some carburetor cleaner and spray all this out. We'll spray down the slide tube, spray through the fuel tubes, the overflow, the jets. We'll pull the jets out and spray through the jets. Just clean everything up completely, and then we'll put it all back together. Should be ready to rip, tater chip. So first thing we'll do is give it kind of a once over. I'm gonna turn the choke off. It's harder to do with this thing. There we go. We're just gonna kind of clean, kind of an overall. Like that. That's the end of that can. And then we'll get a little more in depth and spray in the orifices and the needles and everything. And the jets, I mean. So we're going to keep cleaning the bowl here. You know, keep your eyes away. Take that. Always wear gloves and eye protection. Don't judge me. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, I'm going to go in here. See it come out of that overflow. Very good. I'm full of firecrackers, Jesus. I'm going to spray through the needle, the jet. It's coming out a little bit. Right this way.
You're only spraying it on me.
Well, that's the idea. Like I said, wear safety glasses at all times. Probably one of the easiest things you can do to keep your bike running good is clean the carburetor. Next to using Stay-Bil, not using gas with ethanol in it. In this case, this guy sat for a while, and just since the We got the boys bigger bikes that just doesn't get ridden. It's fun to ride like around the house and stuff, but this doesn't happen as often as you'd want to. Got other bikes to ride. Okay, get that pretty cleaned out. We're going to take this and spray off the slide and the needle. Oh, for good measure. So, now you can see it's nice and clean. All of the orifices have been cleaned out. The outside's been cleaned. All the gaskets look really good on this still. This is a 2017, and as much as I don't want to admit, this is actually the first time I've even taken this carburetor off and apart at all. But these bikes just run so good. I mean, haven't exactly been easy on it. And we have a couple of them, and they just keep coming back for more. So I'm gonna call that good. Looks clean. There's no more dirt, no more grime. Bowl looks good. It's got a little staining from some stuff that was in it. Let's see if we can. Loosen some of that up. Yeah. Okay. So, gasket is on here. See, it lines up. Circle lines up with that bump right there. So we're going to lay this back on top. And this piece goes over this guy, down. Whenever you tighten anything, aluminum or anything with more than one screw, you want to tighten it down evenly. Make sure the gasket seats properly. Just barely snug on each side. Bowl up. I like to kind of just make sure that okay, so now we can go ahead and put this back on. Take the exhaust flange, and this only goes on one way. So if you take it and flip it over, you see there's a rubber gasket on both sides. So make sure the holes line up like that. And take bolts that came out of it that Rylan did not put back in the tray.
They're right there.
Oh, yeah, he did. Okay. One started. The other one started.
Wait.
We'll put the slide back in. in there. And tighten the hat back up. For a couple twists of the throttle, make sure that it returns. Moves freely before you get any further, because you'll be pissed if you don't. And we'll take the wrench, and again, two sides, just barely snug. Start tightening it down evenly. And then take the fuel line. Usually I would open these, but it's stuck. And I know it's good. I just put this one on there. Put this back on top. Little clips where they're supposed to go. Just like that. And take the air filter. We'll get all this cleaned off. Actually clean it and then put some oil on it as well, and then we'll put this back on there. Then we're going to wrap all this in plastic and we'll degrease and clean off the whole frame and the rest of the bike and get it ready for the new plastics.